Hi everyone. This week I want to talk about HIPAA. HIPAA is something that we're taught and considered to be very simple, right? You just don't talk about a client's care, the services they're receiving, or anything about their treatment without either A, them with you, or B, to somebody that you do not have a release to speak to. My desire, I guess you could call it, to want to talk about it this week is how do you handle HIPAA within an agency? So, for example, my company, so I am in a supervisory position within my role. I oversee a supported living PNMI for adults with severe persistent mental illness. So, of course, within that are, there's staff members, there's the residential support aides, there are nurses, nurse consultants, my supervisor, my equals. We have 5 different programs between Augusta and Skowhegan. And so, I have counterparts as well. We all have our own programs that we oversee and are responsible for. And so we have full-time staff and per diem staff. And so among those staff, though we have specific programs, we are like most other agencies, short on staff. So we're having to share staff in order to continue to run our 24/7, 365 facility safely. So, one of the things that I kind of battle, so to speak, as a supervisor is managing that need to know basis, right? So we're 24/7, 365. We're staffed all of the time. And one of the things that I find is that one of the problems that I guess I'm managing is when an incident occurs with a client, right? All of our staff, they work closely together. They know each other well inside and outside of work. And so one of my areas of focus right now has really been on boundaries within those relationships, right? So we don't take work home. We don't talk about things outside of work. And what I find is that they lean on each other to vent, so to speak, about instances that occur because we do a lot of crisis intervention work. And so sometimes I find that they're texting each other about situations that have happened, or like someone who's not on shift is finding out about something that happened on shift from one of those staff members, and there just always seems to be a really huge rumor mill, right? Or it's like a giant game of telephone, or well, so and so said this happened, or Susie said that happened, or whatever. And it is such a pet peeve of mine. Like, stop. Who wants to talk about work when they're not at work, right? Like, hello, let go of it. When I leave work at 4, I shut my phone off. I shut my work cell phone off, and I do not turn it on until I'm walking in the door the following day at 8 a.m. Like, I just have to disconnect. We have people on call for a reason. My rotation is coming up soon. So, it's one of those things. So anyway, long story short, I guess my long-winded thing is, though they work for the agency and are, able to know this information, I feel like them explaining it or talking about it through text is a violation of HIPAA. Now, am I being too rigid? But I feel like our clients and residents have the right to have their information preserved. And, the staff coming in can read about occurrences through the progress notes and things of that nature. And, it's really just been a hill that I have chosen to die on, so to speak, in the last couple of weeks, and have really done a lot of, given a lot of feedback around it, constructive feedback, verbal warnings of it continuing, further disciplinary action. And I guess I'm just kind of wondering what everybody else's thoughts are on that. Like, is that technically a HIPAA violation because they are an employee of my agency if they're not on the clock? I feel like yes. Pretty strongly. That's my gut reaction. But I guess like has anybody else had experience kind of managing this type of issue or found yourself, in that kind of a position? Because like I said, I'm a manager and I am on call every 5 weeks, and I don't even know everything that's going on at all the other programs. One, because I have enough to manage within my own circus. And two, because I don't feel like it's my business. So, while I feel like they could be covered under like being an agency employee, I still just, and maybe it's more of like an ethical thing for me, and just kind of goes against like my morals, but I definitely, and it's something that I'm working on. Like it's being addressed and all of those things. So I don't want it to feel like it's like a negligent practice, but I just wanted to kind of get some further advice from you guys. Like what do you think? Like how do you handle that? What's the explanation you give behind it besides or beyond it being just to preserve our clients' dignity, worth, and it's not our stories to tell, right? I don't know. Am I rigid and overreacting? Highly possible, but my gut is very strong around it. So anyway, thoughts and feedback that you guys have. I'm sure it's not just something that I have, a problem within my agency or a need to be addressed within my agency. But anyway, let me know. Sorry about the long-winded rant, but it's really been weighing on me and I wanted to get it out. I suppose this is semi-therapeutic. So I look forward to hearing from you all. Thank you.